I'm going to continue working with the SSMA project that we started in the last movie. But before we run through the migration process, it would be nice to know if we're going to have a successful migration or not. We can run a migration report, which will analyze our tables and queries and let us know of any potential issues before we begin the process. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is come up here in my Access Metadata Explorer, and I'm going to click on the Kinetico-SSMA database file here. Now, if I wanted to run the report against just a single object, I can select, for instance, just the tables here, or I can select a specific table and just see a report for that. In this case, I want the report to cover the entire database, so I'll go up here and select Kinetico-SSMA, and then on the toolbar, I'll come over here and press the Create Report button. After a moment of processing, we'll get this Migration Assistant report here, and it indicates that we have just one error that we need to address. In these tables over here, this conversion statistics, we can see some information about how many objects we have and how many were not converted. So for instance, I've got a total of 66 objects, and this includes fields within the tables, and 14 of them were not converted. I can also go ahead and scroll down here and see that we have one primary key out of 5 that wasn't converted. Over here on the right, I have some additional information about objects by categories, and I can see that all of our indexes had no errors in them. And if I scroll down here, I can see again, I've got one primary key out of 5 with an error, and one table out of 5 with an error. In the bottom portion of the screen, I can see a line here that describes what the error is. And in this case, it says that it's a data type that's not supported. If I expand this line by pressing the plus button, I'll see that it involves the employees table here. And then over here on the far left, I can expand my database, and we'll see that tables has an X in it with this little icon here. Doesn't look like we had any issues with the queries, so you don't see that icon up here. I can expand my tables folder, and you can see that the customers table, orders, products, and states all are fine, but the employees one has that red X icon. I can continue expanding the employees table to see that we have an issue here. If I select the employees table, I'll get the report for just this one object, and we get some more details about what the error is. In this case, it's telling me that the attachment data type is not supported. Inside of this database, I have an attachment field inside of my employees table that's storing a photograph of each of my employees. So we'll need to address this before we can move it into SQL Server. At this point, we have a couple of options. One is to just let SSMA deal with the issue to the best of its ability. Let's go ahead and see what that might look like. If I close out the report here, and then go over here and press this Convert to Schema button, it'll run through some tests here. And if I scroll down in my Access Metadata Explorer here and select the Employees table, it's going to show me a listing of how the table looks inside of Access up here, and how the table will look inside of SQL Server down here. Now, if I scroll down on this top portion, I'll find the photo field, and it's currently an Access and attachment data type. In SQL Server, after the conversion process, it's going to turn into this photo field here, but the data type is going to switch to varchar 8000. In essence, it's just going to take the name of the file and create it as a text string instead. That means that we're going to lose the image and have to relink them based off of a file path or make some other arrangements. The other option is to return to Access and develop a solution to maintain our attachment data, which is probably the better solution so that we don't lose any information. So let's go ahead and take care of this next.